Let's start from the top. I'm so glad I wrote a transcript down. We are starting from the top because I know y'all need some closed caption and whatnot. It's not a delay of 6 minutes. Yeah, we take those. Okay, we're going back to the top, everyone. All right. Good evening. So today's stream will be different from what my regulars are used to. It's gonna sound and feel a lot more formal due to the nature of how this stream will be formatted tonight. To some, this will just feel like a regular online class you're just attending, which is how I intended it to be. So basically, this is a lecture and seminar. I have alerts turned off for the most part, so I'm sorry in advance if I don't catch your guys' follows, subs, and donations. I also apologize if I can't catch every message as we move along in this lecture. I'll try my best to pause once in a while. Additionally, if you guys have any questions, I would recommend using the highlight, comment, redeem. I made sure to make it only cost 10 points, so feel free to stop me at any time with it. At the end of the lecture as well, I'll make some time to answer some questions. You're still good, right? All right, lit. So without further ado, welcome to Mods 101. So tonight we're going to be covering the realm of moderating for a streamer and as well as their community. Most of you are here because to some extent you've expressed interest in learning about what it's like to be a mod, and I appreciate you all for coming by. So, I promise to try my best to share what I've learned over the year with everyone. So adding to that first, disclaimer. Everyone's experience with modding is different, okay? I'm just one of the few thousand mods out there, and I'm grateful to be able to share with you all my experiences and turn it into something useful, such as teaching those who are interested in modding and as well as lending a hand to other VTubers. By no means do I think my approach is perfect and without flaw, but I believe it's a confident first step onto a path towards a greater direction for the mod community. I realize that some of you coming into my stream tonight might not know who I am, so right now I'll just take the time to introduce myself. So, firstly, no, I don't actually have a doctorate in modding. Like, can you imagine that? I wouldn't even know what my thesis would even be on. I am, however, known as a VTuber community mod. What does that exactly mean? I don't really know, but somewhere along my modding career, I kept getting recognized as that one mod for that one streamer, but that one streamer is never the same streamer. So I guess at some point I just got around a lot. For those who've known me for a while, you've probably heard of Rent-A-Mod. It was a Discord server initiative that my mod friends and I created for VTubers who were looking for a temporary solution to their mod shortage problems, before they could find a permanent mod. Rip, yeah, F in the chat, boys. F in the chat. Oh, man. So, it was positively received by the community, but the server ended up stagnating and dying because a lot of members were busy with either IRL stuff and focused on being dedicated streamers, myself included. In hindsight, I think we fell short in garnering interest for the mod position, and the rent requests outweighed our manpower. But to be fair, the entire initiative to begin with has never been done before, and we were navigating pretty blindly into this, so I wasn't really surprised with the probability of it dying out. I could say the same with what I'm doing right now. I doubt anyone has ever done something like this before, and I can't say for sure I know exactly where this will go towards the future, and I'm coming into this stream, taking what I've learned from the past, and now I have a fresher mindset. The link I've posted is kind of like a resume for mods that shows who they're currently modding for. So feel free to have a look at it. You can search up other mods as well by typing their Twitch usernames into the search bar. Pretty straightforward. You know what? Wait. Let me actually just hit you up with the link really quick, y'all. If you wanna check my resume. All right. Anyways, moving on. Other fun facts about me: I am a founder's badge enthusiast with a badge count of 40 at the moment. But recently, I decided to put that hobby on hold because I'm broke as fuck due to my next activity, that being a huge boba addict. They say liking boba isn't a personality trait, but they sure as hell haven't met me. So, anyways, enough about me. Let's talk about what y'all came for. All right. So I split this lecture into 3 main topics, and believe me, it was not easy to do because no one really thinks about modding. You just do it. It's like instincts. You don't think about why or the intricacies about it. So firstly, we're gonna discuss a little bit about mod theory. So what it means to be a mod, and we'll open the conversation of what a mod's duty is, the defining traits of a mod, and your impact as a mod. Secondly, we'll look into the various approaches to modding. We will not only be discussing Twitch modding, but Discord modding as well, since it's not uncommon for streamers to have their own server. We'll also look at how the streamer you mod for can affect your experiences, as well as looking into what kind of mod positions work for you. Last but not least, we'll go into the more practical aspects of modding and also talk about the ways you can be a better mod. I'll be showing you some tools the mods use, as well as presenting some scenarios that mods may face in their line of work. So, by the end of this, I hope that everyone has a better understanding of the significance that mods have, knowing what makes a good mod, recognizing the different responsibilities mods can have, being able to think the way mods do, grasping the concepts of mod tools, and if you don't feel like being a mod at the end of the lecture, you can at least find a new appreciation for like what they do. Now, let's move on to the first topic. The wielder. They who wear the badge. What it means to be a moderator. So here we have a diagram that I've made to illustrate a mod's hierarchy of duty. So at the top, that of which is the most important, your main role is to protect your streamer. This can range from dealing with random hate trolls all the way to targeted mass bot raids on their channel or server. So, protect them at all costs. Right under that, we have maintaining the integrity of their community. One can argue that it's the community that makes the streamer, but it's your job to protect the community. This includes making sure everyone is safe and happy, but most importantly, they're behaving. By doing so, you're also protecting your streamer. Everyone loves order and peace. Okay? No questions needed. So, and at the bottom, a mod's duty is to not only help preserve, but also help flourish. Streamers that have a deep connection with their mod team will rely on them for advice for stuff such as the direction and future of their content. Additionally, some mods will also go out their way to promote their streamers, but we'll talk about that some more towards the latter half of the lecture. There's one more thing that I forgot to put on this diagram, arguably even more important than the streamer. So, what duty do you think sits up here? Let me hear some answers right now. Boom, in the chat. Let's go. Use your big brains. Damn, okay. So, no, Benno, the streamer. Anyways, Usagi got the right answer, but I don't think that was his intention. I think he's talking about me, but it's you, okay? The moderators. You are important. Okay? Mods have a duty to themselves and to ensure their the mic? Okay, cool. So mods have a duty to themselves and to ensure that they're in good condition in order to carry out the rest of their duties. Without mods, a streamer can be left vulnerable and might get overwhelmed because of it. How are you supposed to look after a whole ass stream if you can't even look after yourself? Man. So you better fucking take care of yourself. You may be a mod, but you're first and foremost a human. Alright? I know some of y'all with fucking shit sleeping schedules, bad eating habits. 90% of the people in here looking at you, Saki. Shit on. So, speaking of being human, important note, This is more or less directed to the streamers as well. Mods are humans. On top of that, they're volunteers. Even though they've agreed to mod for you, their IRL takes priority, and you are not fully entitled to their time. So remember, mods, you can jump ship whenever shit hits the fan. Like, you've signed no contracts, and you're not even getting paid. So, if a streamer is mistreating you, let me know, because I'm going to call them out and ratio their clown ass. So now that we've clarified that, let's move on to the next slide. So now we'll be talking about traits of a mod. And I'll be, don't worry about the fucking solo leveling thing. I just thought it looked cool. And I'll be going into what I think makes a good mod and what I think streamers should consider as well before selecting their mod team. So, splitting it into two main categories, all mods should have some degree of social competency because they'll be spending some of their time, or most of their time, interacting with people while solving situations. In all cases, mods should maintain a reasonable and rational mindset. They should be good at reading the room and getting a vibe of each person present in chat to be able to sniff out the weirdos, the sus people. When an issue occurs, mods should be the first ones to step in, and as they're stepping in, have a plan to effectively de-escalate and solve the situation at hand. Lastly, mods should be perceived as the right hand of the streamer and not someone that acts on their own tangent or someone that is power tripping or power hungry. On top of this, a good mod is no good if you aren't the right mod. When applying for a mod position, consider your own availability and interest towards the streamer. Along with that, getting along with the streamer is also super important. There must be like a level of mutual understanding and trust in order to work together effectively. The last thing you want is a conflict of interest that could hinder the growth of your streamer. So, as a reminder of what a mod is and what they do, I've chosen this passage to quote from. Mods are an extension of the streamers themselves. Mods see to it that the rules of the streamer are followed and enforces them when they are not. As a mod, you have the responsibility of maintaining not only your own image, but the image of your streamer as well. To an extent, your actions reflect that of your streamer. What you do can affect the integrity of the streamer and the growth of their community. I said this. Gucci AL. MLA format. Honestly, if I was gonna write a thesis with my... if I was gonna write a fucking like doctorate thesis, something along the lines of this, man. Fate Gucci. Who is it? Okay, I have no idea. Mario, like, I have no idea what AL is. I see it in my like my what was it, citations all the time and like references. I'm just like, who is AL? Who is that? Why are you here? Man. Okay. So with that, we've just finished topic number 1. So before we move on to the next one, anybody have any questions? No? Cool. Lit. Alright, moving on. Alright, now let's have a look at the spectrum of moderation, the blade, or many blades in this case. We'll be looking at the different platforms you can mod for and how they might be similar or different from one another. So, let's talk about Twitch first because I'm pretty sure that's what y'all are here for. I've categorized Twitch as a active modding position because most of the workload happens in correlation to when your streamer goes live. Modding on Twitch kind of resembles that of a scheduled shift if your streamer has a streaming schedule. If not, you're more likely to be on call if they do guerrilla streams. In this line of work, you will encounter a lot of anomalies such as one-timer trolls and bot raids, which make up the majority of your bans and timeouts anyways. Because of this job being dependent on how often your streamer goes live, the workload is less frequent but considered more intense because it requires you to pay a lot of attention to chat during the stream. Tools to help aid you in this role include ModView and select stream bots such as Stream Elements and Nightbot. Usually on the other side of the coin, we have Discord modding. I've categorized it as a passive modding position because Discord activity happens regardless of whether you're there or not. Unlike Twitch, you're not really scheduled to mod for Discord. It just happens when you choose to look into the server or interact with it. However, it can also be on call in the instance that you get pinged or DM'd by someone when a situation does happen. Modding in Discord can be considered more community based because most of your workload involves interacting with the community, whether it is directly or indirectly. Opposite of Twitch, the workload is more frequent as Discord actively is more on a constant but less intense in the sense that you do not have to pay as much attention as you would in a Twitch stream. Some of the tools that you may use while being a Discord mod includes familiarizing yourself with using the server settings as well as specific Discord bots like Carlbot, Me6, and other music bots. So the next slide we have is modding for YouTube. Just kidding, no one fucking likes YouTube modding. So moving on, we'll be looking at into what I call streamer variables. Anyway, comma. Streamer variables is the consideration of streamers and how they approach streaming and their community. Because of the natural diversity of streamers, your experience with modding for each and every one of them can drastically vary. It really just boils down to what they're looking for out of a mod. Your workload can either be very chill or more hectic depending on who you want to mod for. So before you decide to submit your mod application, it's good to get a sense of what you're getting yourself into. And I'll be showing you guys 2 examples of different streamers I mod for and what you can expect if you were to mod for them. So this first VTuber we'll be looking at is Juniper. I think most of you guys have heard of her at some point. She averages around about 5.5K to 2K viewers per stream, and even with a slow timer of 30 seconds, the chat is very hectic. Like it's so fucking busy. Oh my god. On average, there are 2 mods present during the stream, and sometimes you can find yourself solo modding. I think it's worse than Brazil. I don't know about you guys. Because it is impossible for me to read at the speed of light, we have to rely on mod view a lot by adding block terms beforehand and also using the auto mod's filtration settings. Juniper herself is very chill, and not safe for work content is allowed on stream and in her Discord server as well. However, the mod team has to make sure that the not safe for work content isn't not safe for life, while also enforcing some other rules within the server such as ban topics and maintaining a mutual level of respect with one another. When it comes to penalizations, most people get a second chance or timeout before they get banned when violating a rule. In terms of technicality, mods only utilize Nightbot for shoutouts, and we barely have any use for Discord bots in the server. Yeah, automod's fucking garbage sometimes, but hey, do what you can, you know? Especially when the chat moves faster than my fucking car. Alright. So, next streamer I will be talking about is Theory Arc, along with the rest of Virtue streamers. They have a comparably stricter approach when it comes to streaming. From what I have experienced, they do have a basically a no-nonsense policy with viewers, which is more of my style when it comes to modding. You know, what that means is that second chances are rare. Coming into the server and streams, we expect everyone to have read the rules, so there isn't any excuse for you to break them. By maintaining order and properly through the streams, we've essentially created a very chill and peaceful atmosphere because of an early and established expectation of how viewers should behave. On top of that, the mod team for Virtue is very effective. On average, we have about 4 to 5 mods present on stream and in Discord. They're very on top of things and know how to get things done. Some of the mods are very skilled in utilizing bots and have coding skills that just make our lives easier. Talking about Usagi, where he at though? Where's my man Usagi at? Everyone at Usagi right now. At this boy. It's Usagi senpai. So let me tell you what I'm talking about when we say like advanced coding. So we have a rule in the server that asks people to like respect the privacy of the Virtue members and refrain from adding them in chat. So what Usagi did, I think either it was Usagi or Kami, I don't remember, but one of you guys, okay, ended up adding like the code for one of the bots to like erase the message that contains the @ of a Virtue member. And then like does the bot send the user a DM as well after they like do that? Or is that like too advanced? Man, this dude just wrote his own bot. Holy fuck. It sends a you guys see what I mean? You guys are so cracked. Holy shit. Yeah, so having a custom bot, you can essentially just like make it do whatever you want and whatever you like, you know? JavaScript and C. Oh man, yeah. So as you can see, the modding experience for both streamers can be very different. So when applying for mod positions, you know, the question to ask yourself is, what works for you? So here's a short checklist of things to consider. You want to make sure that you are all within the same general time zone, so you don't sacrifice sleeping over modding. Looking at you, Usagi. You also want to make sure you can make it to at least some streams and are not being overwhelmed with RL stuff, such as, you know, job or school. Arguably, like, the most important thing, are you mod material? You know? And on top of that, are you the right mod for them? Even if you say yes to both, ask yourself why you want to mod for them. Do you want to mod for them? You know, there has to be, because modding, there has to be a certain level of commitment present. And last but not least, are you alive? A good mod is no good if they're dead. So keep all this in mind. All right. People die when they're killed. Oh, man. I think there's a lot more people in stream, or they're just trickling now. I'm gonna say it again. I have every like alert turned off, and I'll get to all of them at the end of the stream. I'm pretty focused on the PowerPoint right now, and I can't see chat that well. But if you guys do have any questions or you just want to get my attention, feel free to just throw a highlighted message at me. Otherwise, I can't really see. Anyways, hi chat. How y'all doing? We good? You guys want a breaky wakey? No, we good? Y'all any questions? No, we good? All right, lit. All right, so we are now moving on to the last topic of tonight's stream. This is going by pretty fast, pretty quickly. Thank fucking God. I thought it was gonna take like 2 hours. You know, this is just a 1 hour. We Gucci. All right, cool. The practical and refined aspect of modding. Studying the blade. Yeah. Anyways. Is this TOS? I'm not sure this pick is TOS. Oh, this should have been a topic though. What's TOS and what's not? Anyways. I've already mentioned some of these already. But once again, expect to come across these when you're modding. As a Twitch mod, ModView is your friend. Your main weapon to wield even. It will provide you with many different options on how you want to mod. On top of that, Stream Elements, Nightbot, and other Twitch bots can help assist you and the streamer. To further enhance your effectiveness as a mod, learning how to write code will make your streamer's life easier as well. The proficiency of Discord bots will also make your streamer's life easy. This will prove especially useful if you're helping them set up their server. You also want to familiarize yourself with how to set up permissions and moderation settings under server settings. Because I wanted this lecture to mainly be Twitch orientated, I will now be walking through the basics of mod view. For those who want to access mod view, I can just give you all mod badges right now, and you can just access it on my stream. But just try not to click anything that might fuck up the stream. So anyone that doesn't have a mod badge, want a mod badge, just type 1. I'll just give it to you right now. Then we can just access mod view. I'll just take my time with this. Okay. I'm not giving you a sword, Benno. You don't need a sword. Okay. Thank you for the link, Usagi. As much as you would love to be modded. I mean, Rhythm, nothing's stopping you, bro. This is like a mod training ground. You like your diamond too? You guys can have your diamond. I can just give you guys a diamond back. I don't know. It's not that hard. Okay, is this everyone? Anyone else want a sword? Going once. Going twice. Okay, experience mod. No worries, man. Alright. Force mod. Try to make him mod. Okay, whatever. So, if you're normal and you don't use Discord, you don't use Twitch Lite mode, your mod view should typically look like this. So we'll now look at some of the tools mod view provides you with. If you are normal, all right. If you use light mode, and I know about this, you will die. So, on the left side, you can see this vertical taskbar. So, the top icon shows you how many mods are currently present on your stream, so you can gauge the manpower that you have. Under that is the activity feed, the lightning icon, which shows you what has been happening in the stream, such as who followed, who rated, or who subbed. This is useful to look at if you think you missed anything. I usually use it to see who rated because big raids tend to flood the chat before I can even see the user. This feature also offers a filter option, so you can look at specific activities happening. Next, we have your DM section. Pretty straightforward for Twitch messaging. Under that is the points redeem queue, where you have the option to either accept or refund points when someone redeems something. Next, we have the unban request queue. Sometimes if you ban someone, you may get an unban request, and usually they type something like, "Oh, I'm sorry for doing this and that, and I promise I won't ever do it again. Oh, please unban me. I really like this streamer." Most of the time, if it seems genuine and their offense wasn't that big, they'll be given a second chance, but up to you. Okay, lastly, we have the predictions management. It's just for you to either start a prediction or distribute the points after the event of a prediction. Also pretty straightforward. I hope I'm not I'm not doxing anyone with this thing. No one's being doxed here. Alright, cool. I didn't look at it good enough. So next we'll be looking at the mod actions area. This basically shows you the receipt of what the streamer or other mods have done in chat. Like the activity feed, the top right corner allows you to filter what you want to look for. On the right, we have the automod queue. This is just a net to catch messages that this Twitch bot thinks is sus. You can choose to deny or let the messages pass through. The top right corner can lead you to the bot's filtration settings, which allows you to control how strict the bot can be. And as Usagi has mentioned before, AutoMod Q is kind of fucking garbage. Not gonna lie, but hey, better safe than sorry, everyone. All mods are able to see these three icons next to people's users in chat. On the left is the ban button. Please be careful with not accidentally banning anyone. In the middle is the timeout button, which is like a temporary ban. Both of these buttons, if clicked, will delete all the past messages sent by the user, so be careful with them. The last button on the right is just a simple delete message button for small infractions or just messages that you don't like to see or some shit like that. If you choose to click on a username in the chat, it'll open up their profile on the right and show you their chat history. This is good for helping you judge people you think are sus, and if they're repeatedly making creepy comments, you can just axe them right away. By clicking the X button on the top right, it will just take you to the list of users who are present in the chat. So on the bottom right, we have the channel actions panel. I personally call it the anti-bot raid box because that's literally what it's used for. You can have the option to filter who can send messages in chat and also what type of messages you can send. If you are familiar with the things bots might type into chat, you can add those phrases into block terms, such as, was it big follows or some shit like that, and their messages would get deleted instantly if they attempt to send a message. What's a decent amount of blocked words? What's a decent? A decent amount of blocked terms varies depending on your streamer. So we got like 101 banned words, and I think that, Jesus fucking Christ, you have 101 banned words? My lord. Is it like all the different variations of a rat and like mouse or something? Okay, there's no specific number on what's good and what's bad. You know, numbers don't matter. It just depends on the person. You know, it just depends on the person. Some people like to be really safe, and they would like ban words to have like symbols on them that like represent a, like, you know, something racist or a slur or something like that. They just go and ban everything, but you don't need to. Okay, if I had to give you a number, 20. All right, 20, 10, 20. You know, double the first 2 sections of double digits. 101 though. Jesus fucking Christ. Lord, please have mercy. Alright. Yes, here. So, speaking of sending messages, if you type the slash symbol in the message box, it'll open up a list of mod commands that you can do in the chat. This includes banning someone, timing them out, and making polls and predictions. One of my favorite commands to use is what I call /unique chat, where it will, where it will filter out the same message, even if it's sent by a different user. So if you're getting sick and tired of everyone spamming like Amogus or like F or like, you know, like just a phrase, you can just use this command, and it would just, you know, anyone else that types the same message afterwards will just get, you know, outed. And this is also very effective against bot raids as well. I'm just reading the chat right now, see if you guys ask any questions. Okay. So let's start. Now that you've familiarized yourself with some of the mod tools, let's take a look at some of the scenarios mods might run into during their shift. These are just merely examples from my experience as a mod, so they may not happen to you scene for scene, but you know, better safe than sorry. So let's start with something we've mentioned already, bot raids. They can come at any time without warning and can really devastate a stream and could easily overwhelm a streamer. Raids could be just a few bots all the way to a few thousand of them. Alright, what do you do? Not all experienced mods, you cannot answer. Not people that want to mod that have never mod before. Answer. What do you do? Give me some examples. There's no right or wrong. Actually, there's some wrong, but I'm not gonna tell you if it's right or wrong. Okay, very nice, very nice. Follow or sub mode. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, Sarkon bringing out the banhammer. Very nice, very nice. Add things to block terms. Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay. So, preemptively, you can add a list of ban words under block terms beforehand. If spam bots post generic obscenities or like big follows or some shit like that. And then afterwards, if they do get through the first barricade, you have to lock down the chat. And by that, oh wait, give me, I need to drink water. My throat's really dry. I forgot to hydrate redeem. I turned off all the redeems. Oh. Woo, sheesh. Okay. So, if they happen to bypass the first barricade, then your next step is to lock down the chat. You can do that by changing the chat to follows only or subs only. Afterwards, you want to clear the chat to get rid of the messages by hitting /clear on your message thing. Optionally, you can ban all the bots that came into the chat, and if you are able to identify the person behind it, ban them as well. Yeah. So, what about follow bots? Okay. So, okay, yeah, Usagi just answered it. Basically, this guy named Commander Root has this like really cool feature, or like I haven't used it yet, but like basically he just helps you take out all the excess bot follows from your account, and yep, it do be what it be though. Alright. Yeah, Commander Root. When in doubt, Commander Root. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next scenario. Trauma dumping. So, trauma dumping, as I would like to describe it as, is when a viewer unloads or vents into the chat and treats the stream as their therapist without the consent of the streamer. The content of the trauma dumping usually contains topics that are trigger warnings, and it occurs randomly during the stream. Personally, this is my least favorite scenario to come across when I am modding. When I first encountered this, for the first couple of times, I was very morally conflicted with how to handle the situation, you know? There are a lot of uncertainties and a lot of what ifs, you know? However, you have to remember where your priority lies. That being the preservation of the streamer and the stream, okay? If there's one thing I've learned with being a mod, is I do not care if people from the outside kind of perceive me as an asshole, if it means that I get to protect my streamer and community, okay? But because of that, that doesn't mean you just ban the person, right, and be done with it. I see somebody, I'll just like time them out, ban them out. So this is what I recommend doing. Start by sending that viewer a message and giving them a health check. At the same time, kindly ask them to refrain from bringing such a heavy topic into the chat. By doing so, their reply to you can actually tell you their intentions. As of right now, most of the time when I deal with these situations, they're simply just trolls who want to trigger the streamer and ruin the vibe of the chat. They usually will just ignore my messages or keep typing or reply to me rudely. And this is a green light for you to actually ask them. If it were the case that they are seeking help, the most you can do for them is link them to resources because you're a mod, not a mental health professional. I agree on time. Their understanding. I keep them timed out. Yeah, that works too, honestly. Like, you can just time them out first and then DM them, and then like if things are okay, just untime them out and they keep dumping, ban them. That works too. I think I would prefer that option. Yeah, some streamers do run a strict ban policy on trauma dumping. What I'm giving you is more like an average response on how a mod deals with it. But different strokes for different folks. I certainly the reason why I personally don't approach ban right away is just because I feel morally guilty and conscious if it were the case that they were actually seeking for help. And what if my actions were like their final straw? Like I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to have like, you know, I probably would never like know about them. Like no one's gonna message me like, hey Gucci, because of you, like. But it's, I don't know. I think it's just like my moral compass or like my anxiety about it. It just it doesn't feel good to me, and the nature of the scenario itself is really shit. Yeah. Anyways, the next scenario that we'll be talking about is a term that's recently been going around the VTuber community, and that is the parasocial relationships and overstepping its boundaries. What I mean by that is when a viewer misinterprets their interactions with a streamer as something more than just a simple interaction. This can result in them growing more emotionally attached to the streamer, which can prompt them to do things like adding them a lot in Discord, sliding into their DMs, sending them friend requests on platforms, or the worst case scenario, they start stalking them and doxing them. This is simply just invasive, creepy, and dangerous. In a scenario like this, what you want to do first is to discuss this with your streamer along with the mod team. If the streamer is fine with it, then all you really have to do is just keep an eye out on the viewer to make sure they aren't doing anything too over the top. But if the streamer has expressed their discomfort towards the situation, that's when you should DM the viewer and have a talk with them. Most of the time, the viewer simply just doesn't understand boundaries, and when informed, should immediately back off and apologize. That is the best case scenario. However, there's the but. But if the viewer shows signs of obsession and an intent to get even closer to the streamer, by all means, axe them and remain vigilant in case they have burner accounts. I'm gonna go a little bit off script. I wanted to add this as well, but in terms of there's sometimes okay, sometimes in a parasocial relationship boundary violation, the viewer can be very emotionally and mentally manipulative. There is a pattern of, let's say, these people that have a lot of money and they donate and give a lot of money to the streamer. It's not uncommon for streamers to feel guilty in the sense that, oh, you're being nice to me, but you're being a little bit too pushy, but I know you gave me a lot of money, blah blah blah, like that type of shit. Oh, in this case you gotta say money don't buy time, like but yeah. Yo, I need to drink more water again. Money does not equal entitlement in this case, okay? That's why the mods handle it, not the streamer. We get to ban them. If the streamer feels too guilty to ban them because they donated and contributed a lot to the community, that's why you have mods. We don't give a shit. We shouldn't give a shit. We just, like, oh, red flag ban, boom, smack in the ass, bye bye. I don't care if you gave her like $1,000 or something. But if you gave me $1,000, maybe I'll consider not banning you. Maybe I'll unban you for a price. Okay? Like, let's hey, can we not record that? Let's keep that. Corrupt mods. I'm just saying. Hear me out. They give me 1,000. I unban them, and I reban them. I never said I was not gonna ban you ever again. Gucci's PayPal where? No one link my PayPal. I swear to fucking God. No! Oh my. Don't donate to me. Okay. Okay. Don't do that. Fuck you guys. We're moving on. I'm not gonna proceed the donations. I'm gonna close my fucking OBS. I'm not. Nope. So now that you guys know how to deal with these certain scenarios, let's talk about you. All right. For those that are already mods, this might also be of use to you guys because we'll be looking at some of the ways in which we can improve as mods. Using the active and passive format once again, when actively modding during a stream or on Discord, what makes a streamer's life easy? Oh my God. Who just gave me... You know, it wasn't even sloth. My fucking phone vibrated. I just see my PayPal. Oh, okay. I'm throwing my phone away. Throwing my phone away. Okay. Go back. Oh. So, what makes a streamer's life easy is their ability to trust in you and not worry about how the outcome of a situation will turn out. This can be achieved simply by merit and result. Action turns into results. Good results turn into merit. Always taking the initiative is the first step. A streamer knowing that a mod will always be there when needed is very comforting. On top of that, a mod that can efficiently make a decision and solve a situation is mwah. Mwah. Chef's kiss, okay? Now, notice how I said efficient decision making and not quick decision making. The difference being, efficient implies that the result of your action optimizes on the best outcome. In addition to those traits, being proficient in bot commands and knowing how or when to use them at any given time makes you a cut above the rest. Lastly, a good mod is one that is respected by the community rather than being feared. It is the intent in how you choose to wield your sword. You are here to protect, not to rule. Great power comes with great responsibility, you guys. It's a good reminder, alright? Rule them with an iron oh my lord. So, I'm not giving you a sword, Efron. Actually, no, I'll give you a sword. Why not? So, now going on to the passive side of things. Find ways to help contribute to your streamer's growth. This can be clipping good moments on stream, promoting them on your TL, or even as simple as being a good mod. As mentioned before, knowing how to use bots is always a huge plus, specifically being able to set up bots when helping them start up a server or stream. It makes it easier for them to focus on their content creation and not having to worry about things like these. If you guys have the time, get to know stream elements, get to know Nightbot, Carlbot, Me6, learn their unique codings. It is an investment of effort. You're not going to be able to learn all of it overnight, but it can take you very far. So, we've actually now reached the end of my lecture, and I hope you guys learned something today, and I really hope this motivates you guys to become mods in the future. I did mention that this stream is formatted as a class seminar, and it will end as one. So upcoming due dates and tests as are follows. Due on Monday on June 7th, we have ban at least 30 people, solo mod for 1,000 viewers, build an entire server for a streamer, fight to the death with the other mods until last one standing. And on Friday, June 11th, you have your tuning exams. You got a 1v1 Kirito and a sword duel. You gotta invent a code for a Discord bot to gain self-awareness. And lastly, defeat Mark fucking Zuckerberg. Okay, but in all seriousness, I want to thank everyone that came by tonight's stream. There is a serious amount of effort and dedication that I want to put into not only for this lecture, but for future ones that might come if people are serious about this. So here are some of the plans that I have in the near future for lecture topics. If you're interested in any of these, feel free to come by in future streams or even just DM me. Okay, I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys about mod stuff, and I am planning on transitioning from being just a community mod into a mod advisor. You know, is a mod advisor, what I think it's gonna be is just me going around and see if certain streamers want help with finding mods, you know, and stuff like that. So once again, thank you for tuning into tonight's stream. You know, it really means a lot to me that there are people who are either interested in becoming mods or just want to support the direction I am heading with modding. If there are any more questions, I'll take this time right now to answer them. Or if you want, just DM me. There are so many of you. Wait. There's so many of you guys. Oh, my Ant Society is over. We reached the end. Holy fuck. I'll be posting the slide, and if you guys want closed captions, I also have a script. I wrote, once again, 5,000 words on this script. I'm not capping. I'm not fucking capping, yo. Okay, look at this. Look at this shit. I am not capping. 5,000 words. 5,000 words. 8 hours. I wrote 5 essays in 8 hours, dude. I'm insane. I'm so good. Yay. Okay, Control F. Anyways, who the fuck do we raid someone? Who are you gonna let's raid someone, y'all. Let's go raid someone. Thank you everyone for coming by. Who are we gonna raid? Okay, let's go raid Saki. I haven't raided Saki since debut. Let's go raid Saki. Saki EXE. But y'all don't know Saki, she is part of SC94 Sekushi, and she is playing Apex Legends. MD Gucci Gang. What? I need to make a new raid message, y'all. Saki is swag. Okay, I like consider your stream modded. Man. All right, if you guys have a okay, so for y'all, we'll use this as our standard raid message. You guys want to go off tangent, be my guest. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Hope I can do one again near future. I'm gonna lay down afterwards, and yeah, okay, bye. Oh my lord.